जय श्री चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत शिव शरणि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण देव Hare Krishna dear devotee. Today is Monday. It is the 17th of November. It is Kesha Masa or Margasesha Masa, Krishna Paksham, and the Trayodasi Tithi. So there is one Vaishnavi event today. So today is the disappearance day of Saranga Thakur. So we shall read a few lines from the special Vaishnavadis. I have shared this one in the group already. So this one is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 10, the trunk, branches and sub-branches of the Chaitanya tree, text 113. The 73rd branch of the original tree was Ramadasa. The 74th was Kavichandra. The 75th was Sri Gopaladasa. The 76th was Bhagavata Acharya. And 77th was Thakura Sarangadasa. Another name of Thakura Saranga Dasa was Saringa Thakura. Sometimes he was also called Sarangapani or Sarangadhara. So he was a resident of Navadipa in the neighborhood known as Modadrumadvipa, and he used to worship the Supreme Lord in a secluded place on the bank of the Ganges. He was not accepting disciples, but he was repeatedly being inspired from within by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to do so. Thus, one morning he decided, whomever I see, I shall make my disciple. When he went to the bank of the Ganges to take his bath, by chance he saw a dead body floating in the water, and he touched it with his feet. This immediately brought the body to life, and Thakur Sarangadas accepted him as his disciple. This disciple later became famous as Thakura Murari, and his name is always associated with that of Sri Saranga. His disciplic succession still inhabits the village of Sar. There is a temple at Mamagachi that is said to have been started by Saranga Thakura not long ago. A new temple building was erected in front of the Bakula tree there, and it is now being managed by the members of the Gaudiya Mata. It is said that the management of the temple is now far better than before. In the Gauragana Desh Deepika 172, it is stated that Saranga Thakura was formerly a gopi named Nandimukhi. Some devotees say that he was formerly Prahlad Maharaja, but Sri Kavikarnapura says that his father Sivananda Sena does not accept this proposition. Okay, and also there is Bakula tree. So there is a local legend concerning the Bakula tree. One day when Mahaprabhu came there, he noticed that the Bakula tree is in the courtyard of Saranga's temple was dying. So he asked Saranga, this Bakula tree is dying, so what are you going to do? Saranga Thakura replied, besides your mercy, Prabhu, I don't see any hope for this tree. Then Mahaprabhu embraced that tree, which has remained healthy to this day and is now quite large. That is one tree is there, and also there is a temple also entrance to Sri Saranga Thakura's Madana Gopala temple. Okay, so that one is also, I'll share those pictures. Okay, that is from the Saranga Thakur's disappearance day. Okay, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, So here Maitreya Muni is speaking about the Sankarshana. So at the bottom of the universe, so Sankarshana was sitting in his posture and meditating on the Vasudeva. Okay, and his eyes were half closed, and he has been in the meditation and half closed, so that a little bit of open, so that he can speak Srimad Bhagavatam to the great sages, the four Kumaras. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni was started speaking about that. Asinam urvyam bhagavantamadhyam sankarshanam devam akunta sattvam viviktavah tattvam matah parasya kumara mukya munayo anvapruchan. So the Kumaras, they also inquired from Sankarshana that to speak on the Supreme Personality of Godhead and pastimes. This is called the Tattvamataha Parasya, all about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Swameva Dishnyam Bahumanayantam Yadvasudeva Abhidam Amananti Pratyagdrutaksha Ambuja Koshamishad Gunmelayantam Vibudodhayaya. And though Sankarshana was meditating on the Vasudeva Abhidam Amananti, with that name Vasudeva, even Lord Shiva also meditated on the Vasudeva. Tattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Siddhitam Yedete Tatra Pumana Pavrutaha Tatveti Tasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo Hedokyo Me Namasa Vidhiyete. That is Lord Shiva meditate Vasudeva. Here, Lord Shiva also worships Sankarshana. Sankarshana is meditating on also Vasudeva. So here, Sumev Dishnim Bahumanayantam Yadvasudeva Abhidam Amananti Pratyagdrutaksha Ambuja Koshamishad. He has a little bit open, Unmelayantam, his eyes, to speak Vividodayaya, to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam to four Kumaras. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is started speaking about the Lord and about Sankarshana, how he is going to start. Okay, later on, he mentions that Ganges River. Ganges River flowing from the upper planetary systems down to the through middle and also lower planetary systems, going up to the subterranean regions, so bottom of the universe. So here the Munis, the four Kumaras, they took that advantage, and then from the upper planetary systems, they have come down through the Ganges water. At that time, their hair was a little bit of wet. And then when they have approached, they see the Sankarshana there. And then Sankarshana Deva, while he was sitting, and there are so many beautiful Ahiraj so the serpent girls, so they were worshipping the Sankarshana in order to get good husbands for them, with so much of offering different kinds of paraphernalia to the Sankarshana. So likewise, the position of Sankarshana and situation was described by Maitreya Muni. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 8, verse number 5. स्वध्नि उदाग्रैः स्वजटा कलापैः उपस्पृशन्तः चरणोपधानम् पद्मं यजतं च अहिराजकन्याः सप्रेम नानाबलिभिः वराढाः. Swadhani Uda by the water of the Ganges, Adrehi being moistened, Swajata Kalapaihi, and their hair was, bunch of hair was wet, situated on their head. Kalapaihi. These four Kumaras, when they were coming through that water from the upper planet systems, taking the advantage of the water flow, Ganges water flow. So at that time their hair was wet. Swadhuni Uda Adreihi Swajata Kalapaihi Upasprishantaha Chernopadhanam. Okay, and then here further, second to all three lines are describing about the Ahiraja Kanya. So here, Upasprushantah, by so touching, Charanopadhanam, the shelter of his feet, Padmam yedi achanti Ahiraja Kanyaha, Padmam, the lotus shelter, Yed achanti, that which worships, Yed achanti Ahiraja Kanyaha, the serpent king, and Kanyaha, the daughters. Okay, so those daughters of the serpent king, they are worshipping the lotus feet of Sankashana. How they are worshipping? Saprema Nana, Saprema Nana Balibihi, with great devotion, Nana Balibihi, with various paraphernalia. Varadai, Varadaha, so being desire of husbands, being desire of husbands, they are worshipping. So generally, whenever a woman is worshipping, it is the as soon as she gets the good husband, all of her desires will be completely fulfilled. That's why they always worship like our gopis worship Katyayani to get Krishna as their husband, and some people worship Durga Dev to get their husband. Okay, for a different desires. The ultimate thing, getting a good husband, is the perfection of woman's life. Okay, so here they are doing this one. Ahiraja Kanyaha Saprema Nana Balibihi Varaddaha. Swadhuni Udadraihi Sujata Kalapaihi Upasprusantaha Charnopadhanam Padmam Yed Achanti Ahiraja Kanyaha Saprema Nana Balibihi Varaddaha. Okay, translation. The sages came from the highest planets down to the lower region through the water of the Ganges, and therefore the hair on their heads was wet. They touched the lotus feet of the Lord, which are worshipped with various paraphernalia by the daughters of the Serpent King when they desire good husbands. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The Ganges water flow directly from the lotus feet of Vishnu, and its course runs from the highest planet of the universe down to the lowest. The sacs came down from Satyaloka by taking advantage of the flowing water, a process of transportation made possible by the power of mystic yoga. If a river flows thousands and thousands of miles, perfect yogi can at once transport himself from one place to another simply by uh, dipping in the water. The Ganges is the only celestial river which flows throughout the universe, and the great sacs travel all over the universe via the sacred river. The statement that their hair was wet indicates that it was directly moistened by the water originating from the lotus feet of Vishnu, the Ganges. However, toss the water of the Ganges to his head surely touches the lotus feet of the Lord directly and can become free from all effects of sinful acts. If after taking a bath in the Ganges or being washed of all sins. A man guards himself against committing further sinful acts, then um, certainly he is delivered. But if he again take up sinful activities, his bath in the Gangas is as good as that of the elephants who nicely takes his bath in a river, but later spoiled the whole things by covering himself with dust of the land. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Here, Srila Prabhupada is describing that Ganges water flows directly from the lotus feet of Vishnu, and its course runs from the highest planet of the universe down to the lowest. Okay, this is the only sacred river. It flows from all the planetary systems. So in the spiritual world, this Ganges river is called Virija river. In the upper planetary systems, Mandakini. In our world, in our material world, or in the Bhuloka, it is called Ganga. And in the lower planetary systems, it is called Bhogavati. It flows down to the Patala Loka. So there it is Bhogavati. The sages came down from the Satyaloka by taking advantage of the flowing water, a process of transportation made possible by the power of mystic yoga. So these mystic yogis, there are astasiddhis, and here one is like bringing the object from very far distance and then to the nearer to distance. It is called kind of a prapti, one of the yogis. Anima lagima, and one is becoming smaller than the smallest, and that is laghima. Mahima is the bigger than the biggest, and also bigger than the biggest, smaller than the smallest, and also lighter is lighter, and also the heavy. So these are the kinds of siddhis, and they can take advantage. It's kind of manipulating the material energy. These are manipulating the material energy. These are called mystic yogis, astasiddhis. Okay. But at this, they are nothing to do with the devotional service. But if we have got any kinds of siddhis, if it is engaged, vina, yadarpanam, this is again, it is kshemam na vinnanti vina yadarpanam, tasmai subhadrasravase namo namaha. Unless one is engaged in service of the Lord, they do not get any perfection. Okay, that is also material things. One does not have to go through all kinds of different kinds of magics or meditations to get this astasiddhis. So, but there they may get some kind of controlling the bodily things. But actually, that is just only an intermediate thing. But a devotional service, it is the highest platform. That is where all the living entities should come. Okay. If a river flows thousands and thousands of miles, a perfect yogi can at once transport himself from one place to another simply by dipping in its water. Okay. And then the Ganges is the only celestial river which flows throughout the universe, and the great sages travel all over the universe via sacred river. This is sacred river because it is emanating from the lotus feet of Vishnu, from the upper planetary system. So it is the again Virija river. So whoever touches this water, they will be completely delivered. And whenever it is appearing in this world, it comes on top of the Lord Shiva's head. So again it is described. यस्सौच निःसृतसरित्प्रवरोदकेन तीर्थेन मूर्ध्नि अधिकृतेन शिवः शिवो अभूत् जातु मनः जातु मनः श्यामलशैलनिःसृष्टवध्यं ध्यायेत् चिरं भगवतः चरणारविन्दम्. So, yasaucha nisruda sarit pavarodhakena. So, this water, it flows from the lotus feet of the Lord. Yasaucha nisruda sarit pavarodhakena, tirthena mudhni adhikrutena. and it is on top of the head of Shivaha Sivo Abhut, and it will also purify Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is already pure, and he purifies him as well further. Tidhen Mudhya Adhikrutena Shivaha Sivo Abhut again. So because of those reasons, Jatu Manaha Samala Saila Nisrusta Vajram. One has to meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. Jatu Manaha Samala Sailam, and that lotus feet, because this water is coming from the Ganges, water is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. Jatuh Manaha Samala Saila Nisrusta Vajram. Samala Saila is the alls of pile of the sinful activities. Nisrusta Vajram. And that lotus feet of the Lord, it kicks all the sinful activities with a single kick with his foot. Nisrusta Vajram. It is like a Nisrusta Vajram. It will destroy all the pile of sinful activities. Jhaye Charam Bhagavataha Charanara. One has to meditate on that lotus feet, which is the source of this Ganges river. And here devotees go to the Ganges river. Why? Because it is not for, there are different levels of people. Not everyone goes with the same mood. Some people wanted to get liberation. Some people wanted to get some pious activities. Some people have got a different mood. So devotees, yeah, this again it is described that Yavai Lasat Sri Tulasi Vimishra Krishnangurenu Abhitikam Bhunetri पुनातिलोकन उभयत्र शेषान् कस्यां न सेवेत मरिष्यमानः यावै लसत Shri Tulasi Vimashra. And here Ganges water, because it is flowing from the lotus feet of the Lord. Lotus feet of the Lord is always tinged with the tulsi leaves and aroma from the lotus feet of the Lord. It is mixed aroma, tulsi leaves, kinjal. This is again Krishnangrenu Abhitikam Bhunetri, and also dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. So many things mixed. Krishnangrenu Abhitikam Bhunetri. Punati Lokan Ubhyatra Sa Ishan. It goes in the upper and the bottom planetary systems. Punati Lokan Ubhyatra Sa Ishan, along with Lord Shiva. Punati, it will purify them. All the planetary systems along with Lord Shiva in another place. Here Sudha Goswami says that statement. Kasyam na seveta marishyamanaha, who would not take the shelter of Ganges river to purify themselves. Marishyamanaha, who are about to die, who has taken birth and they are going to die. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. People who take birth, they will die definitely. Who dies, they will take birth again. But who take the shelter of Ganges, then they will be freed from this birth, death, old age, and this disease, this death, this cycle of it. Okay, here the statement that their hair was wet indicates that it was directly moistened by the water originating from the lotus feet of Vishnu, Ganges. Whoever touches the water of the Ganges to his head surely touches the lotus feet of the Lord directly and can become free from all effects of the sinful acts. This is how it is described here. So that's why many people, they go to the different places like Prayaga, Triveni Sangama, and Kasi, and they take bath in the Ganges rivers. So one can become free from effects of sinful acts. If after taking bath in the Ganges or being washed off all sins, a man guards himself against committing further sins, then certainly he is delivered. Certainly he is delivered. Some people, they go to the Prayaga, Prayagraj, and they perform the Kalpavasa. For 30 days, they live near to that river where Triveni Sangama is happening. All the three waters, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Every day morning, they go and take bath for, and then worship Tulsi Devi. Likewise, 3 times a day, they take bath. Early morning, starting from the 3 o'clock. And then again morning, again afternoon, again in the evening. So likewise, they will perform that Kalpavasat for 30 days. Generally, it happens during the Kumbh Mela times. Okay, we got Mataji here, Vimana Mataji. So at temple from the pilgrimage. Nice to see you, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी जगन्नाथ का दर्शन
Jagannath. Very
होता
beautiful.
है हो रहा है
Jagannath temple, Mataji.
जगन्नाथ का दर्शन हो रहा है मंदिर बाहर से
Very beautiful, Mataji. So just, I think we see some. Is that I think is the temple is Jagannath temple behind?
सॉरी प्रभु जी डिस्टर्ब किया हम दर्शन कर सॉरी
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so here, people who are at the Prayagraj, so they take the advantage of performing the Kalpavasa yajna. That is the kind of austerities they go through. So again, it is also mentioned, even the one is performing those Kalpavasa yajna, that austerities and penances, Gokotidanam Grahne Kagasya Prayaga Gangodaka Kalpavasaha यज्ञायतमेरु सुवर्णधानं गोविन्दनामै न समं शतांशैः गोविन्दनामै न समं शतांशैः even one is performing so many millions of gokotidanam giving charity of these cows in the to the people brahmanas during the time of solar eclipse or moon eclipse lunar eclipse or solar eclipse gokotidanam grahane kagasya prayaga gangodaka kalpavasaha and whoever is performing Kalpavasa near to the Prayagraj and who are at the Gangodaka, the taking the shelter of Ganga river. And Ignite Meru Suvarnadhanam. And if one is giving the charity of the Meru mountain, that much of gold, Ignite Meru Suvarnadhanam. But even that much of all austerities, Govindanam, Govindanamaihi nasamam shatamshaihi, it would not come even 1/100% of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Govindanamaihi nasamam shatamshaihi. Okay, that is again the glories of holy name of the Lord. Okay, so here many of these things are described and all connected. But devotees, they go to the Ganges river because it is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. And it is mixed with the Kinjal Kamishri Tulasi Makaranda Vayuhu. Tulasi and also the fragrance of coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. It mixed with that. Krishna Angrirenum and also the dust. Of course, there is no dust to the lotus feet of the Lord. But it describes the glories of it, how it is connected to the Lord. But if he again takes up sinful activities, his bath in the Ganges is good as good that of the elephant. So who nicely takes his bath in a river, but later spoils the whole thing by covering himself with dust and land. This is a for people with the sinful mentality. Even though they will go and take bath and come again home, perform the same sinful activities. Okay, Prabhupada is comparing with the elephant. Of course, this is the also mentioned in the scriptures. All analogies Prabhupada is describing, it is coming from the scriptures and Puranas only. Okay. Like here, Maitreya Muni is describing Swadhuni Udadhraihi Swajata Kalapaihi Upusprushantah Charnopadhanam Padbham Yadatyanta Ahiraja Kanyaha Saprema Nana Balibihi Varadhaha. They're worshipping the daughters of the serpent king. They're worshipping the Lord Sankarsana with various paraphernalia, desiring good husband. It is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, today letter to Sudama, December 30th, 1970, Surat. Can I request Pawan Prabhuji to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. His Excellent Humble Obeisance says, Sangro Srila Prabhuji. Sure, yeah. My dear Sudama, please accept my blessings and offer the same to your good wife, Chintamani Devi Dasi. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter, dated 15 December 1970, as well as the telegram sent on the 16th December. So far as the 10 copies of Japanese Bhagavad Gita sent by you is concerned, they were received by me some time ago and acknowledged in my letter to you dated 5th December 1970. This letter was sent to your old address, so perhaps you have received it by now. I'm very glad to learn that Krishna has given you such a nice new temple with so many nice facilities. If you can get one cow that is very auspicious, then you can have fresh milk and butter. Also, the garden mentioned by you should be cultivated. In India, the system is that no matter how poor a man is, still, if he has a little land, he can grow some flowers or vegetables and offer to the deity. In this way, take advantage of all the Krishna has so kindly provided. In addition, if you can begin production of the spiritual sky in incense there, that will be helpful. Your temple can be named as New Gaya. Gaya is the province where Lord Buddha flourished. Japan is Buddhist. Japan is a Buddhist country, and we accept Lord Buddha as incarnation of God. So far as Bruce Prabhu is concerned, he may return to Tokyo at any time if you feel that his service is required there. Presently, he is in Bombay, so you can write him at our Bombay camp address given above. I'm pleased to learn that you and Bali Merton are cooperating fully to make our Asian program success. The two of you are a super excellent team. I'm also appreciating your wonderful enthusiasm for pushing on this movement. Simply be patient and continue in this way with confidence, and Krishna will give you all facility. Hoping this will meet you in a good health. Your ever well wisher, AC Bhaktivedanta Swami. Uh, there's one note here. At Gaya, Lord Chaitanya was initiated by his spiritual master Sri Ishwara Puri Maharaja. On the 4th January 1971, we are all going to Bombay. From there, my party men, about 25, will go to Allahabad, where the great spiritual fair Ardha Kumbh Mela will take place. I'm reaching Calcutta on the 5th by airplane. There, I shall attend an important meeting, and then I shall come back to Allahabad and then to Gorakhpur, etc. AC Bhaktivedanta for me. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any takeaway points for Prabhuji to highlight?
Yeah, so it's about like newly built temple, and then Prabhupada has done Bhagavad Gita copies, and then later he expressed his you know thanks for the new temple, and also he asked them to get a cow which is auspicious for which from which they can get milk and butter, and then he also mentioned like told Mataji to utilize every little facility that they had, like if they have small garden, cultivate it, and then yeah, and buy cow and then get milk, and also use that for you know offerings to the deity. So he he's actually showing how even with a small availability of land, how we can utilize in the service of the god by cultivating the flowers and vegetables. So and then he wanted to name that temple as Gaya because it's a province of Lord Buddha. Uh, yeah, where Lord Buddha like flourished. And then, as also like Japan is Buddhist country, so we accept Buddha as a incarnation of God. So that's why he wanted to name it as New Gaya. And then, and another Prabhuji, like Bruce Prabhuji, he said he can return to Tokyo at any time. if his service is required, and he's residing at Bombay. So he's suggesting that he can write a letter to the camp address given, so that Bruce Prabhuji can join that and express his and support with the service. And also he's Prabhuji is like said he's kind of happy that Matji and Bali Martin are cooperating fully to do these programs. Probably, I mean, like kirtans and then all this that we do, especially in the temples. And then he's expressing that and his gratitude towards them, and told them they're a super excellent team. And then yeah, he wanted this to take it more forward. And yeah, he assured that Krishna was gonna, you know, help them moving forward with confidence. Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, it's kind of really good letter. And also, like at this place, Lord Chaitanya was initiated by a spiritual master, so which is quite important thing, like Sri Ishwara Puri Maharaja. And also he mentioned they're all going to Bombay or post January, and then there will be around 25 people. There's to attend the spiritual fair, Ardha Kumbh Mela. And then he'll be back by 5th. It's like just probably a 1 day, and then he's gonna attend a meeting and come back to Allahabad, then Gorakhpur. So that's what he said, Prabhuji. One more. Personally, I got the main important understanding from this letter is like when he mentioned that when they have, if what happens if you buy a cow, so get a fresh milk and a fresh ghee, we can offer to God, and also if you have even a small little land. So he did mention how better, like nicely we can use that land by cultivating, and we can offer that to deity. So which is kind of really, you know, instead of buying things, if you do that with our hand, it's like uh, seva and service to Krishna, so we can have more pleasure in offering, you know, and show love towards Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for kindly summarizing this letter. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
I heard actually both Gaya in India.
Yes, it is in the, I think it is Uttar Pradesh or Bihar.
Mm-hmm. Any significance of that as per our scriptures, the both Gaya?
So here, Gaya is the place where everyone go and offer the oblations to the forefathers. So that is the main place, Gaya.
Mm-hmm.
And Gaya is also name of one of the devotee of the Lord. There is a story, history behind it.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, any other comments, dear devotee?
Think, sorry.
Please go on, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No, Mataji, you go on. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Prabhupada nicely explained how we can leverage the natural resources, and also he significantly called out the importance of Gomata, how we need to look after, and also how we can use Gomata for the divine service of Supreme Lordhead. So that is very nicely called out. So, and also like when we are doing gardening and all, so when we are thinking, okay, yes, whatever the fruits or flowers or vegetables we are growing, it is for the seva of the Lord. That is such a wonderful thought, because when we are doing like gardening with that thought, I think the Divine Supreme will just ensure, okay, everything grows so nicely. So I think it is very nicely explained. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pawan Prabhu. You just covered all the points. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Jai Mataji, wanted to say.
No, it's so beautifully covered by Pawan Prabhuji. For me, it was just one line as well that, for this moment to be successful, you need to have that enthusiasm, patience, confidence, and then Krishna will do the rest to help you, because he will see your endeavor and then he will help you to go forwards. Thank you.
Mataji. Very beautiful. Here we got Meena Mataji here, showing Jagannath temple in Mataji in Jagannath Puri.
Jagannath Dham
Hey,
ki
Jai.
Jagannath Dham ki
Jai.
Jagannath Dham ki
Jai.
Jai.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Wow. Thank you so much,
Jai
Mataji, for the wonderful darshan.
Jagannath.
Yes, temple entrance, it seems.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hare
There is
Krishna,
a second.
Mataji.
Oh,
So
sorry.
have you finished your darshan, Mataji?
Sorry, before I was showing my face. Sorry. You've done the darshan now?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Mataji, for thinking about us and showing the darshan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Meena
Jai
Mataji.
Jagannath.
Thank you so much.
Jai Jagannath. Yeah.
Jai
Hare
Jagannath.
Krishna.
A wonderful day to start Monday with Jagannath
Yeah.
darshan, Mataji. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, today evening we have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And dear devotees, if you got any updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, we shall conclude. Panchakalpatarubhyasya कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
Jai.
की जय
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कंटिन्यू
Krishna.